Hi everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to play Dice Mission. Here we go. Okay, let's learn how to play Dice Mission. This tutorial exists thanks to Nick and Answer. Dice Mission. The director of Dice Mission Agency is about to hand over secret missions to identify and recruit the best agent in the district. Beware, all the agents around the table have the same objective as you. Will you be the fastest to complete all your missions? In Dice Mission, players will try to complete their mission cards as quickly as possible by combining their dice with those of their opponents. The agency will provide them with gadgets to help them influence the results of the dice rolls. At the beginning of each game, BGA dealt 2 solo missions, the green ones, 2 versus missions, the red ones, and 2 team missions to each player. Only one in games with more than 2 players. BJ also placed 3 special missions face up in the table. See the arrows. So these over here, the yellow ones. The first player to complete all their assigned missions and 1 special mission wins the game. Each round is divided into 2 phases. The mission phase, each player rolls and re-rolls dice. Debriefing phase, each player can use the dice to complete missions. BJ randomly gave us the first player token, so let's get started. Mission phase. As the first player, we can decide how many dice we want to roll. Let's start with just 2. So click on Roll 2 Dice. Now click on Roll 2 Dice again. Okay, we got a 6 and a 1. Next, we can decide if we want to re-roll 1 or more dice. I think our dice are okay. You'll see why soon. So let's pass. So click on Pass at the top. Next, our opponent will roll their dice, but they won't have nearly as much freedom as we did. They must use the same number of dice we used, and they are allowed the same number of rerolls. In this case, we used 2 dice and used 0 rerolls. They must do the same. Okay, all players have finished rolling and re-rolling dice, so the mission phase is over. Debriefing phase. We can discard mission cards from our hand if the conditions on them are satisfied by the dice everyone rolled. Again, red missions cards are versus missions. This one says we need to have rolled more 6s than each of our opponents. Well, we rolled 1 6 and our opponent didn't roll any, so we can complete it. So click on the mission. 1 down, 6 to go. 6, okay. The green ones are solo missions. This one says we must have rolled the same number of even and odd die values, ignoring whatever our opponent rolled. We rolled 1 even number, a 6, and 1 odd number, a 1, so we can complete it. The same number of even and odd. Yep, we did that one. Cool. The blue ones are team missions, which depend on everyone's dice. This one can only be completed if no one has rolled any 3s. In this case, that's true, because we have a 6, 1, 5, and 4. Oops, continue. Before we complete it, note the suitcase stamp next to the photo. The suitcase, oh, this one right here. Okay, indicating a difficult mission. Whenever we complete a difficult mission, we draw a gadget card. So click on this mission. We drew a forced relaunch. You can hover over it to see what it does. Force opponent to reroll 1 or more dice of their choice. Okay, it's faded right now because we can't use gadgets in the same round that we draw them, and we won't want to use it anyways. In addition, forced relaunch is a mission gadget, which can only be used during the mission phase, before or after the dice are rolled. This is indicated by the photo of dice in the top right corner. How would we know that? I don't know. So even if we had drawn it earlier, this would not be the appropriate time to play this kind of gadget. Okay. Later, we may find a debriefing gadget, which you guessed it, can only be used during the debriefing phase, before or after completing a mission. So I guess it looks like that, the icon. Okay, that's enough about gadgets for now. We don't have any more missions that can be completed with the available dice, so let's end our turn. Click on Pass. Round 2 has begun. We pass the first player token to our opponent. Okay, they're re-rolling. Our opponent used 5 dice and 2 re-rolls, 3 rolls total. We must now do the same, though we don't have to use all our re-rolls if we don't want to. So click on roll dice. Okay, nice. We rolled a pair of 1s and our opponent didn't, so we can complete our second versus action. We should probably keep the 1s, but what about our other 3 dice? Should we re-roll them? We should look carefully at the special missions before we decide. They're technically solo missions, but they're available to all players. Remember, we need to complete one of them to win. You can read details by hovering over them. Do you see any that we can complete with our pair? Get a set of even dice and a pair of even dice. Okay, we'll have this one. Get a set of odd dice and a pair of odd dice. I don't know about that. This one requires a set of 3 identical odd numbers and a pair of identical odd numbers. We already have an odd pair, 1, 1. If we get really lucky and get 5, 5, 5, we can complete this and the team mission in our hand. Get more 5 dice. Okay, yep. Let's do it. Select the 6 and the 4 and select reroll. How lucky. 2 more 5s. Incredible. I swear I didn't rig the game, although if I had, that would make me a very good agent, wouldn't it? Our dice are perfect now. We don't need our last reroll, so click pass. Okay, time for the debriefing phase. It looks like our opponent can't complete any of the special missions with their dice. Let's see how many missions they complete from their hand. It looks like they did 1 or 2. I don't know. Oof, poor guy. He couldn't complete any missions or chose not to. When this happens, the player may discard a mission card, special or in hand, draw 2 missions of the same type, and choose one to replace the discarded card, or draw a gadget card. In this case, they chose to replace the team mission card in their hand. They didn't notice that we can complete this special mission with our dice. They could have discarded it to block us. Now it's our turn to complete missions. Click on Special Mission, okay? Okay, the special mission had a suitcase stamp over it, so we drew another gadget. We can hold up to 3 gadgets at a time. If we acquire a 4th, we'll have to discard one immediately afterward. Note that when we completed the special mission, a new one has drawn to replace it. Only special missions are replaced this way. Let's complete our other missions. Again, this one requires us to be the only player with a pair of 1s, so click on it. Okay. This one requires us to have more 5s than 1s, which is amazingly true, so click on it. That's all we can do for now. Okay. Round 3. We're the first player again. We only have 1 more mission to complete. It requires at least 4 dice, but let's roll 5 to make it as easy as possible. So click roll 5. Oh no, I have to do it twice. Okay. Well, we already got 2 5s and a 6. We just need 1 more 6. So select on the 3 and the 4 and re-roll. I honestly can't believe how lucky we are at this game. But don't just celebrate yet. Our opponent has a gadget in their hand. If it's a forced relaunch, they can ruin our dice. Good thing we drew a target lock. It can prevent our opponent from messing with us. Click on this card and click on the row of dice. Okay, now you can celebrate. Pass. Complete this mission. Thank you for playing through this tutorial for Dice Mission. If you have any questions or comments about the tutorial, feel free to send Nick an answer message. Big thank yous go out to Laurent for designing the game, Oscar for illustrating, Old Hen Games for publishing, and Luna Lull for developing it for BJ. Good luck, Agent. 5 stars. Thanks for watching.